And so with that, I'm just going to go put it out there. I oppose the hospital. And I agree. We do need a hospital. But we need a hospital that's planned appropriately and that's going to serve our community. And so when looking at a site for a hospital that's going to serve Elk Grove, I don't oppose a hospital. I just oppose a hospital in the wrong place. The second point that I have, and I better be quick, is that I'd really like you to use your guys' influence as a city council and leaders that we've elected to represent our community to request that businesses that are coming into Elk Grove act with transparency, give factual information, and act with integrity. We've seen many situations where that hasn't occurred. One example is the last city council meeting where an employee of CNU came in as a concerned resident and is actually the assistant medical director of medical education at the university. And Mr. Soon, you offered to give her information to contact her with CNU, and she didn't choose to correct you and let you know. That's not transparency. I'm here as a healthcare provider. I've told you guys that several times now. But I'm just asking for transparency, honesty, and integrity in any business that wants to come to Elk Grove. We need to demand that. And we need to demand that of ourselves and of our leaders.
Which is a family-oriented, quiet neighborhood, very diverse, and a great place next to a wildlife center. It is not an appropriate place, however, to place a Trauma 2 hospital in the middle of our neighborhood. I want to just start out by saying that we have not been contacted by the developer at all. The city has not been there to tell us what's going on. The only people who we've had one meeting with our homeowners association, and that's it. So the outreach, the transparency has really lost it with the neighborhood. We're really very angry about this. Give you some idea, this building is taller than the state capitol by 40 feet. That's what it's going to be. It's 255 feet or something like that. The state capitol is 201 feet. It's a huge building. We're going to have a canyon of 4-story parking structures down West Terran, and we're going to have 5-story dormitories looking into people's backyard. This is in a quiet neighborhood. This is totally inappropriate for the quiet enjoyment of our community. We are not against hospitals. I think you just heard a colleague of mine say that. There are more appropriate places to put a hospital. Just to put this in perspective, we're in the very far end of West Elk Grove. You can't go any farther and find a population. There's only ducks further to the west. You got to.
The City Council has repeatedly stated that they don't get involved in private business. And I thought that was the case. They said that they can't stop somebody for doing something on their own property. There were some zoning things, but other than that, they can't get involved. But in the last few weeks, I found that to be grossly inaccurate in the case of the California Northstate University proposed hospital. The Elk Grove Department of Economic Development has actively pursued California Northstate University, and according to the City Council Goals and Imperatives document, dated December 30th, 2018, staff, I quote, "Staff continues to support California Northstate University to assist them with campus planning and expansion activities," end quote. This doesn't seem to align with what we've been told by our city officials. This leads us to believe that either we are being misled or that the City Council is not aware of what the staff is doing. The city is spending a great deal of money on marketing, branding, and incentives. Those are good things, but to encourage small business to consider Elk Grove. But there's even a special program for microbreweries, and we have a new one coming in on, I think, Laguna. But do you think the way you're treating small businesses in the Stonelake Landing area serves to further that goal?
And I'm against the CNU hospital, emphatically. Wrong location, wrong location, wrong location. And what's going to happen in like 4 or 5 years when the lease at All Data, the data center owned by AutoZone, is up for phase 2 of the hospital? How much is it going to cost Elk Grove to give incentives to that corporation to stay in Elk Grove? Really. There's like 430 people working there right now. They're doing fine there. They would stay there if the hospital kicked them out in 4 or 5 years for phase 2 of their project. It's a vanity project by the owners of CNU. They could have it somewhere else. And I think for transparency's sake, whenever the City Council promotes this hospital there, they should acknowledge the fact that they've accepted thousands of dollars for their campaigns. You, Steve Lai, accepted probably at least $20,000 for your mayoral campaign.
It's Steve Lee. Thank you.
Steve Lai, sorry.
It's Steve Lee.
Mr. Lee. I apologize.
Thank you.
Just reading it as I see it. And I'll just stand here for a minute because I can't really think of anything else to say. And yeah, be transparent about where you get your money from. And I wish back in the summer you could have gave the neighbors a chance to raise some money to contribute to you guys. Before, because you guys knew about this. We didn't. Thank you.
Right.
Good evening. I wasn't going to speak, but listening to all the people from Stonelakes and the businesses around there, all I can say is it's deja vu all over again. Take you back to 2005, and the only person that's going to know what I'm talking about is Pat Hume. I want to talk about a Walmart supercenter that was going to go in at Sheldon and Power and Roads. It was a fight that we were told we couldn't win. You two housewives, Linda Ford, Connie Conley, go home. You can't win this. You can't come up against the Walmart lawyers who were sitting right there in suits that were more than a month's of my salary. But we didn't give up. We fought and we fought. And we had a EIR scoping meeting, as you will recall, Pat, that was right before Christmas, thinking nobody will show up. It's Christmas time. We'll get in, we'll get out, we'll get our EIR, we'll be on our way. But little did they know that we packed these chambers. And Pat, do you remember what you did? Do you remember that you held up the binder and you said, in all my years on the Planning Commission, this is the best presentation I've ever seen from the community. So it can be done. And 2 days after that EIR scoping meeting, Walmart pulled their permit. And we won. And you have it within your power to make sure that this hospital, if it does come to Elk Grove, goes in the right place. And there's a place at Grant Line and 99 that needs a home. So and it's got that interchange. Life would be great if we just moved it over there. So anyway, thank you.